day has come to retire my 2014 MacBook Air that has helped me launch my creative career, but also gave me so many headaches that I don't care to reminisce on. So with that being said, hello, welcome back to another video, finally. So today's tutorial stems from a post I made a couple weeks ago where I shared some images for Polar Pro and their new blue Morphic filter. Upon sharing that post, I got a couple of DMs asking how I cut up these images and made them into like a seamless swipe through set. So that's what we're gonna be doing today in Photoshop. Now, before diving into that, we should talk a little bit about Instagram and how you should format your posts. You're gonna wanna post your photos in a 4:5 format. This will allow you to take up as much screen real estate when somebody's swiping through their feed and hopefully keep their eyes on your content a little bit longer, which might encourage them to like and comment and engage and all that good stuff, even though the algorithm hates photos now.
We're no longer a photo sharing app.
Okay, so with that in mind, hopping into Photoshop, what you're gonna wanna do is start with a new document. Now you're gonna wanna decide how many slides you need to make, and that's gonna give you the pixels for this document. So for this one, I wanna do 5 slides, which means I'm gonna do 4,000 times 5, which is 20,000, and that's gonna be the width. We're gonna keep the height the same, which is gonna always be 5,000. So when you have your layout, a couple things you're gonna wanna make sure of is you can change your background to sort of whatever you want. I'm gonna keep mine at white because I know that I have a square image that I'm gonna place in the middle of the set that just looks really good on its own, and that's how I want it to look. But if you have a bunch of 4:5 images, it's not really gonna matter. You can cover that whole background, whether it's transparent, white, black, custom color, doesn't really matter. Now, I don't know the technical reason behind this, but you're gonna wanna make sure that you keep it at 8-bit or 16-bit. Otherwise, if it's at 32-bit, it won't save for web, which you'll see what I'm talking about later on. So we're gonna go ahead, press 16-bit, have that white background, and we're just gonna press create. So now that I have my white background, the first thing you're gonna wanna do is go to view, new guide layout, 5 columns, because that's how many slides I wanna have. Press OK. And you'll see your guides right here. Now the next thing you're gonna wanna do is bring your images into Photoshop. There's 2 ways of doing this. You can either export it out of Lightroom and have your JPEGs in a folder, bring them in that way, or you can do edit in Photoshop directly from Lightroom, which is great, it's fine. The only problem is when you're trying to save some time here and there, it opens each individual file as a new document, and then you have to press don't save or whatever, and it's a bit of a hassle that I care not to do. So we're gonna go ahead and open Photoshop tutorial. These are the images I want to use, and I'm just going to bring all of them in. And once they're all in here, I am going to turn all of them off so I can start organizing them the way that I want. So we're going to go ahead and start with this photo. And as you can see, I already cropped everything 4:5, and it should make this fairly simple. Okay, so now that we have all of our images sort of set where we want them, you can just drag them around to however you think they'll look best when you're sliding through on Instagram. This is the crop that I went with for sort of everything. So we have the car, me shooting with the filter, car again with the focus on the headlights, that nice photo I talked about with the white background, looking away, and rear view, and then the mountains in the back. So the next step for this is how do you cut these up into individual images now that you have this single document. So all you're gonna wanna do is go to the slice tool, slices from guide, and it'll automatically slice each individual section. And from here, the rest of it is very straightforward. You go file, export, save for web. That was what I mentioned earlier with 8-bit, 16-bit, and 32-bit. If it's at 32-bit, it won't show up. I don't know the technical side behind that, but keep it at 8 or 16-bit. It's still gonna look great. It's fine. Now, I keep it at JPEG, maximum quality, 100%, and then you're just gonna go save. You're gonna wanna name this, and you'll just press save. It will create an images folder. None of these ones really matter. They're like the in-between slices, but it's not gonna affect your image and how it comes out. And you will see that you now have a seamless set to swipe through when people go to your page. So that's it. Very short, very simple. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. I'm more than happy to answer. And I'm very excited that I can start making some videos again. So I'll see you in the next one.